I think they're getting to the point that Coach Wilkerson wants to see from these guys. You know, he talked about there's no moral victories, but we'll talk more about that game against Tennessee Tech. But they had a really positive showing. It's a great football team.
Well, a yard deep, and they look to run it out with Neal. Breaks one tackle and then forward close to the 25-yard line, and that's where the Panthers will start. In motion is Herrera. He goes back and forth, and it's a handoff. And the run, they go to look to turn the corner with Kellum, and he's brought down. 3rd and 5. McCrew, 53% completion rate for passing. Hits his running back, dives forward, but I think he's going to be falling short. Tajay Passmore with the tackle.
Well, the key defensively for these Panthers was going to be to force Lindenwood into being one-dimensional. Lindenwood's running game really struggled to get going earlier in the season when they had lineman injuries. They had both the running backs banged up, but they've gotten healthier as the season's gone on and really sort of achieved that balance. They're right middle of the pack in the league in both passing and rushing offense.
Shotgun and a keep. Design play. Nate goes down. 1st down. Good job by Glantz. And the flag. 1st and 10, Crowbath to the left side. And there's the flag as they got him to jump. Throws to the end zone. Free play. And they'll get another one. Then there's a flag there as it knocked Crowbath's helmet off in traffic. So who will take the lead in team touchdowns? Will it be quarterback Nate Glantz? Will it be Steve Hall? Or will they go to a receiver? Let's see. There's the fake, there's the touchdown, there's your leader in touchdowns, Nate Glantz. He did the magic man, handoff, everybody bit, and he walked into the end zone. Nate Glantz with 7 touchdowns rushing.
And Darren Fugit, one of these team captains, does a great job sealing off the edge with his blocking. He is the leading receiver in tight ends in the conference. They can go to him in the pass game, and he's pretty explosive, but he's also a pretty good blocking tight end, very athletic, and he made it pretty easy for number 18 to take the lead.
As Lindenwood had a good series, kick is up and good, but they got the benefit of a number of flags that went their way. It is 7-0, Lindenwood. And Will Graham kicks it, looking into the end zone is Neal. He gets the fair catch, and we'll go to a break. Pearson, the junior running back, as they send Herrera in motion, looked at him and then finds the receiver coming underneath, catches and makes the 1st down. Collian Neal, the 5'11 freshman, with the catch. Again, Connor Wolf in at quarterback. Smith comes out beside him. Now he wants to find Smith, who broke out of there. Little cutback and another nice one. Breaks a couple of tackles, and he's brought down about a yard short of the 1st down. But nice run after the catch by Darius Smith again. Marked at the 29, 1st and 10. Darius Smith, who's done damage on this series, goes in motion on the right side. Brings it in tighter. Wolf back to throw. Out of the backfield, he finds his running back pushed out of bounds after about a 4-yard gain. Charles Kellum on the catch. Nobody's challenging. Kellum still in the backfield, kind of at an angle off the left shoulder there of Connor Wolf. They bring the tight end in. Kellum wants to cut it outside. Got some room. Brought down on a nice open field tackle by Jaden Patrick. Into the game, Fleming now at running back, replacing Kellum. Fake to Fleming and into the end zone, and we were on different pages there. Neal wide to the right side. A keeper by the quarterback, and he is absolutely drilled. They brought in LeCroux to run.
They did.
And I guess when they did that, Lindenwood said, well, we know what's going to happen here. 24-yard attempt, snap back, ball down, up and good. And so Eastern falls short of the end zone, but they do come away with points on the drive. Fake to Rhodes, keep by Nate, breaks a tackle down the sideline, one man to beat, and he stumbles out of bounds. I think that was a stumble. Boy, that's not a very good spot either. He must have stepped out, and that's why he sort of gave up the ghost across the 30-yard line. and nobody can get the glance until he gets the big gainer. Yeah, he stepped out. He was on the tightrope, but he realized it. Now Bond setting up as a back. They set up that passing play to try and deke everybody, but instead it was a handoff to Rhodes. Eastern didn't bite on that fake. 3rd and 12. Heavy pressure. Glance throws. Wants to go down the middle. And he got it picked off. What an interception. Tremendous play by Isaiah Huey, the 5'10 sophomore. A one-handed interception. A brilliant catch. Back to LeCroux at quarterback. And a quick handoff. Big hit. Nicely done by Zach Lewis.
Well, Zach may not be technically listed as a starter as they've gotten healthy, but number 41 has played some big-time minutes for Lindenwood this year and last year when they had been decimated with injuries, and he's a very reliable player in the middle. That time he did a good job of maintaining his angle and making a strong tackle.
Oh, and it got blocked! It appears that Elijah Thomas was in there and got the block. What a play for Lindenwood. It's these kind of moments that can completely turn a game, Zach Zuck. Wow, what a play. Give straight ahead, and then cutting it outside. There goes Jared Rhodes. All roads lead to the end zone. Touchdown, Lindenwood, and they made Eastern Illinois pay.
They bring the pullers around.
Yeah.
And they just get the edge. I mean, wow, what a great job of Fugit just getting in the way. Sometimes you can run past that end, but he realizes that's really the only player that has a chance to tackle Jared.
What a shocker. Darren Fugit out there leading the way. The tight end got out there. The extra point is good. And Fugit didn't have to really nail somebody, but he kind of was there, that big body interference. Blake Thomas. Carrier. Field goal. Good. So, opportunities for Eastern Illinois squandered at the end of the second quarter and now at the beginning of the third quarter, yet they're right there, 14-6 our score. We'll take a break. We'll come back with more third quarter action here from St. Charles, Missouri. Had a little more time, but now flushed out. Across and caught! And a first down. Oh, what a play by Jared Rhodes. Lions on the coverage for Eastern, but Jared Rhodes with a tremendous athletic catch. Rhodes, you saw his guns. You're not going to be able to knock that ball away. And now they throw again to the side. They want Jalen Smith. He broke a tackle. Smith down the sideline. One man to beat. Stays on his feet. He is finally run out at the 16-yard line. The man that gets to the big yardage, Jalen Smith.
Everyone jumps on the flat. And so Smith is left wide open and then able to make a move. And he's a long strider rammer. When he gets in the open field, he's tough to bring down. And did he step out at about the 26-yard line? It doesn't matter now.
Back to Rhodes again. Spins out of there. Nowhere to go. Short gain on the play. They'll settle things, and they didn't get a chance to look at that. Connor Wolf. Fakes it. Pass complete. Brought down, short gain. Nice work to get it to Kenny Ajos. 2nd and 7. Rhodes back in there in the backfield. He and Steve Hall alternate quite a bit, but Rhodes is going to get the call again. Glance, fakes the pass, keeps it. Nice run, first down, brought down. Really good work. Nate Glance, some terrific decision making. Tylen Foster, 3 receivers to the right side. They haven't called on Darren Fugit, the tight end, much today. Rhodes behind Glance. The give to Jared Rhodes. Oh, big hole opens up. He got another first down. Still on his feet. One man to beat. Oh! He follows it all the way in to the end zone. Another big touchdown run by Jared Rhodes. Wow, what a play.
Contact balance as a runner. He gets through one, stiff arms another. That's Alexander who had the interception. Then poor Nixon, who's got a club on his arm, trying to bring down Rhodes with one hand. Good luck. You'll see on the back end, really do feel for him.
Jared
had no chance.
What a big play. And The extra point is good. A huge play as we go back and forth in the third quarter here. Jared Rhodes has done it again.
They ran for about 50 yards on that drive.
Yeah, and 39 yards on that last run. Pearson from his own 7. Got a nice block. He turns it upfield. One man to beat. It's the kicker, and thank goodness they were able to bring him down. Will Graham. Wow. Will they go to the air more? Here's your answer. To the sideline. Nice catch made by the tight end. Still on his feet. Got the first down. That's Jennifer. So we'll see what Mason Miller does here. A marvelous punter. Tons of hang time. And it goes out of bounds at the 1. How do you get any better than this guy?
You can't. You and I were talking during the break. He is an FBS level punter. He is showing off. What a weapon. Look at this left turn. No coverage needed.
Out of Avon, Indiana. He's a grad student. Glance. Again for the sideline. Again broken up. Wolf remains at quarterback. Fleming, the running back. Wolf wants the end zone. Throws it high. Throws it deep. Throws it out of bounds. Touchdown! Oh, the official waited and waited. The helmet came off.
What a grab!
Darius Smith. Beautiful throw. And Smith with the catch. Wow. With a hand in his face. Wow.
Waiting to see if they wanted to review it, and I'm with you. It was phenomenal pitch and catch.
Eastern on really a couple of plays, turns it around, and now once again the momentum swings their way, and that's blocked. Are you kidding me? What a crazy game, and now it's loose. What an insane football game. 1st and 10. Glance and Hall. Fakes to Steve. Wants to throw. Wants to get a big chunk. Looks for Bonrico with a great catch. He had to push off the defender. Hui was all over Rico Bond. What a physical catch to get open. Are they going to look at it? Another fake. And another pass. And it's Smith. And it's a touchdown for Lindenwood. Oh, 2 quick strikes from Glance. First to Bond, then to Smith. His 2 deep threat dangers. Will Graham punctuates it with the extra point. 28-12. Both backs were with Glance. He wants to throw again, and he has a man. It's Steve Hall. He makes it, breaks a tackle, and gets to the 5, down to the 4. Steve Hall, 2 running backs, Zach, in the backfield. We rarely see that with Lindenwood, and he made the play.
But over the course of this year, why don't they bring that out with both Rhodes and Hall? They did it at times last year. They call that the pony package. Hall on a wheel route is able to get free up the field. Glance just a good enough pass to complete this beautiful design by Havorka.
Same pony package. And there goes Steve Hall for 6. Touchdown Lindenwood. They have put their stamp on this game in the 4th quarter. Will had a big tackle earlier in this game, and it is up and good. Wolf has Smith in motion. Does he want him? He does. Finds him on the, oh, what a hit! Oh, baby! What a hit by Jaden Patrick. Rico Bond, you saw him in motion. They want more. Down the middle. It's caught. It's Crobath down the sideline, still on his feet. Touchdown, Drew Crobath. Oh, what a play. Wow.
Well,
take another look.
Yeah, don't tell him he's a possession receiver. He can run after the catch, too. This is another beautiful
look at that hit.
Throw by Nate Glance, and he just shrugs off the defender like
well, and if somebody sees the score tomorrow, they don't know how close this game was for 3 quarters. And Lindenwood has just worn them down and playing a quick strike offense. That's been the key. 42-12. Yeah, Woods, a 5'8" freshman, had a few carries, but not enough to blow the redshirt year, so they made that decision. This is a really young, talented, gifted offense.
They've just got to keep everyone together the best they can in this era of transfer college football. If they can keep these guys together and grow, which they have a phenomenal culture under Coach Stugart, they really have a chance to make a run at this conference for the next couple years. They've dropped some disappointing games. They probably haven't quite been there in just their 4th season Division I talent-wise, but they are certainly building in the right direction, and this was a nice bounce-back effort from them today after they were pretty down a week ago.
Yeah, they gave a game away. Again, not to discredit Western, they took advantage of the mistakes.
Correct. I'm glad you
caused
mentioned
a couple
that.
of them, and caused a couple of the turnovers.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that because they definitely deserve their credit.
And that's the ball game. How about that? 42-12. When the game was in question deep into the third quarter, Zach.
Yeah, they really exploded. They had a couple of 2-play scoring drives, and then they had the 1-play scoring drive to Drew Crobath. 5 offensive plays for 3 touchdown drives in the second half. They were explosive. They really hurt Eastern Illinois through the air, and these perimeter weapons put a hurt on the back end of the Panthers' defense today.